In this first ever T10 competition, first match starting of the triple header that we have in store for you this morning.
Yes, so Harbour delivery from Johnson. We now have an additional slip fieldsman as Ambrose has moved himself to second slip.
So yeah, it's actually Harper on strike now. Brown on strike now, correct. So Johnson to Brown. Short rising outside the off stump. That looks like the one for the over, signaled by the square leg umpire, Dayton Butler. Definitely a good call in my estimation from the Saupan breakers to take the field and use whatever overnight moisture may be in the wicket.
Definitely, we are seeing that the pitch has a bit of pace in it, and Dillon would be very pleased with that.
Johnson again. Trying to go hard over, probably mid on here was Shem Brown and didn't make contact, and in a little bit of bother, possibly trying to score here, make it Shem Brown, and he did not make any contact there. I make it Dillon Johnson on about a good length, Alanson in this first over.
Yes, and we see there Shem trying to use his feet to get a bit closer to the pitch, but he was unsuccessful. He didn't make contact on that occasion.
Johnson again. Same offer again, trying this one, pitching and going away from him, and that's the end of the over, not making contact, not moving his feet. I make it, needed to get a little closer to that. The end of the first over, I make it 3 without a loss, 3 without loss. That is the Grenadines Divers. They are taking first strike here in this Vincy Premier League T10 competition. Game 1.
Yes, I think what Shem needs to try to do is to get the ball basically playing through the offside, because with his left arm action, the ball is going to definitely be moving away from the right hander, and trying to hit it over mid-wicket or over long on, it's definitely not the area you would want to choose in this game.
Yes, definitely, totally in agreement. So you see that he has seen 2 shots over long on in the last over, and now we have the second over, which we bowled by Javid Harry, and on strike is Wayne Harper.
This one is wide down the leg side, quick through the air, a flat trajectory as well. Just unit in the first division, the National Lottery's first division, and he comes again, delivery 2. First division, the National Lottery's first division. Plays this through mid-wicket, and there's a protection on the boundary, gets 1. That is Harper. Harper moves on to 4, and the score is also 4. As they're a little slow going so far in these 2 overs, my colleagues.
Yes, that is not bad. What needs to happen is they'll have to look to rotate the strike rather than trying to get boundaries. Rotation of the strike is going to definitely cause some upset or throw the bowler off his line, and one might be able to put away the bad ball when that moment comes. So they have to really look at this and calculate how they're going to get their run, because runs is not only accumulated with boundaries. Singles definitely can give you something in the basket.
So that was another wide by Harry. He comes up now, and this is a better delivery, a little closer to the batsman again, trying to push it through on the surface. May not get a lot of turn at this time, so early in the morning, and being the first surface to be used, he comes again. Swan is pulled, mid-wicket, one bounce into the hands of the fielder there on the mid-wicket boundary, who did well. I make that could be Johnson, is it?
Yes, it is.
Yes. So one more to Harper.
Yes.
He moves on to 5, and it's 8 without loss. This one is pitching. The appeal goes up. I make it, probably doing a little too much. May have missed the leg stump, but the first attempt, or first close opportunity for a wicket. Shem Brown hits that high, it's gone. The first 6, and I call these the Sunset Smashers. That's the 6 runs, 6 scored there by Shem Brown. This one was in his slot. He went through with his arms, and he got it wide-ish of a long on position. 6 runs. That's the first Sunset Smasher of our tournament, Alanson.
Well, definitely. And we see the next delivery here being bowled now. And he's that one straight down the ground for 4.
Oh my word, Shem is getting into stride. That is a Connery straight drive. You know, that stretch that we have up on the windward side. A really nice, nicely driven delivery. A shot played there by Shem Brown. He moves on to 10, and the score after over number 3, 18, over number 2, that is, 18 without loss.
All right, so after a very slow start by the Grenadian Divers in the first over, we see that in the second over, they have up the ante, and of course they are now on their way, and without loss, with 18 runs on the board, they're in a good position at the beginning of the first game of the VPL.
All right, and well, those 2 deliveries were asking for it, asking to be hit by Shem Brown. That's his area, and as you were saying earlier, he likes to go into the onside, and those were basically... Jeremy Lane takes up the attack from the commentary booth end. Full toss, not handled well. Let's see, a no ball call, above the waistline, no ball, and they get an extra run as well. So 2 more.
All you have to basically do is ensure that you keep up your momentum, because there's no heat there to generate, to give. The sun is not out to generate any heat, so you must keep active, and you must be able to try hard and keep on your toes, so that you are able to be explosive in trying to affect runouts.
And we see that Brown goes straight over Lane's head, over mid-off, and that's just a couple of bounces into the mid-off boundary for 4.
Shem definitely getting into his stride, Alanson, and as we said earlier, Shem is one of those batsmen that can be dangerous. This is his type of cricket. He gets into that mold of trying to dispatch anything that's bad, and Lane has had two questionable deliveries, if you want to say, as he comes in again to Brown. This one is down the leg side, trying a little too hard. He loses the keeper swing. They get 1, they're looking for a second, but the fielder came around and did some good work. It looks as if it's Ernell Thomas down that side. And so a couple of extras being added here. Lane will have to try to hit a proper length to get out of this over that has not been very, very good for him so far.
Yes, and here Lane is now to bowl to Harper.
This is a better delivery, full pitch onto the middle stump. Diving away is Sunil Ambrose, just about mid-wicket position there. He does the fielding, but they have completed 1 more, so they move on to 27. This is over number 3, actually catching up in where they would like to be some, looking at about 10 runs and over. Pass score would be about a 110, you think? 27, Lane comes again. This this one over the mid wicket, the short mid wicket player into the boundary now. That's 4 more, and they're getting into their strides here. The batters are from the Grenadine Divers. They have moved to 31 without loss, and we are still in over number 3. Lane being punished here, Alanson.
Yes, I think he's going to straight to Brown. We already seen that Brown he favors the onside, a very strong bottom hand here, and he is bowling a bit too straight to Brown here now. Needs to get to the off stump.
Okay, this one goes to Ambrose again. Did not collect it. No one was backing up, and so there we go. They had an extra run from the overthrow, and so they have moved on to 28. So 28. 32. Okay, so the board is a little slow, so it's 32. Thank you, Sam. Your impression so far?
I like the way the fielders are running around the ball. They are really trying to restrict this batting unit, but they are not taking any prisoners. They are basically going, and they are rotating the strike nicely. The good thing is that I was just about to say they have not lost the wicket.
Well, this was basically their own downfall. Harper, I make it looking to get a third run. His opponent had not, his teammate had not gotten to the wicket itself, and by the time he had turned back, the wicketkeeper Sween just walked to the stump and did the first dismissal. I made the score now 34 for 1, and we've just completed. Well, we're still in over number 3, Alanson.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate dismissal there. He would have thought that he was able to make that 3, but you need to be cognizant of the fact that you're running with somebody else. And of course, Brown had just touched down at the other end, so there was no way that they would have completed 3 runs there. So that's unfortunate that they have just lost the first wicket after such a promising start. And now we have the new batsman.
Looks like Romano pair.
Yes, left-handed batsman.
Left-handed Romano. Looks like Romano pair.
It is Romano.
Okay, so Jeremy Lane comes into pair.
That's his